So Andrew, we're talking about what we do and hoping to give people a bit of insight into what's on offer for them, right?
Yeah. So we were thinking about our two offerings, our two live offerings, which is the regular Clubhouse meets and also our Coaching Reflections live meets, which we use Zoom as a platform. And we're noticing that maybe people don't know what to expect from them.
Yeah. So what can they expect?
I'm struggling to not be like tongue-in-cheek about this.
Oh yeah, be tongue-in-cheek anyway.
Revelation and transformation in abundance.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Money back, guaranteed.
Considering that they are free events. Money
yeah,
back,
of course.
guaranteed.
There we go. Yeah, triple your money back guaranteed. I like that. Yeah, so it's free. We're not aiming to be experts, which is one thing we've been talking quite a bit about. So how would you say what we are aiming for?
Yeah. So the things that have been really consistent in our discussions is about being present and authentic and working with what emerges. So in those events, they're different platforms, so there's a different flavor for each, but that is one of the key characteristics that underpins both of them. Is it's an opportunity to join some people that are in the industry at different levels of experience, and to be curious and open and authentic with each other, and work with what emerges.
Yeah, I like that. When you say meet with people within the community or the industry, I think it's always going to happen that there are some people who are new to coaching, some people who have established businesses, some people who are full-time coaches. And then regarding supervision, some people may have an experience of it and some none. And the way we do supervision may be different to what people are used to. It's quite difficult to kind of offer a structure considering the diversity of backgrounds and experiences. So I think the important bit of what you've said is the conversations are emergent, and what we're aiming to do is, I think from a supervision perspective, help people understand more what they're experiencing with something tangible like a piece of theory, or some support, some challenge, hopefully some practical takeaways, things that they can do differently with the individual clients that they're working with or with their practice. What else?
Yeah, I think that really sums it up really well. Maybe to reiterate one part is it's engaging with community, and there's potential of meeting somebody that you would never otherwise have had your paths cross, and that's quite magical, and can be really exciting. Yeah, I think that kind of gives the gist of it. Maybe to add a bit more is about how the platforms differ, which might give a bit of a context of how how to manage some expectations as well. Should I just jump in?
Yeah,
talk
go
about
ahead.
them? Cool, and help me out if I'm missing out some key things here. So Clubhouse is a relatively new platform, was launched last year, I think. And I remember talking to my sister about Clubhouse, and I gave a really fumbled description about it, and she came out with a really useful one-liner, which was, oh, so it's kind of like a panel discussion platform. So to add more color to that is it's voice only. There's no video, no. So it's really about being present with what you're hearing. The events are completely open, so anybody can come into the room. There is a panel, but they call it a stage, I think, using their terms, where the administrators are originally up there, and then people that are just generally in the room as participants or viewers, listeners, can raise their hand, and the administrators would invite people up when appropriate. And so I think that's the gist of my understanding of it.
Yeah, I think you phrased that well. And let me say a bit about Zoom. So I'm going to make an assumption that most people are familiar with Zoom, but for those who aren't, it's a video platform where a whole bunch of people can meet, see each other, speak to each other. You're going to breakout rooms, which means you kind of separate from the plenary discussion and go and do your own thing. So we're open to doing any of that. And I think the purpose is to have more of a closer sense of connection with other people because you can see them. And the mode of engagement is also really just discussion and emergent. We have no idea what people are going to bring, so we're not going to speak to anything in particular. Maybe once in a while we'll have something that's interested us that we might offer as a theme, but really what we'd love is for people to bring their own experiences, maybe questions that they have about supervision or questions that they have about their own practice. And again, we're not there as the experts to answer those questions directly and tell people what to do, but more to explore what's going on using a piece of theory or a model or a perspective. I mean, that might even be metaphysical, and to help people to, I think, feel more grounded in relation to whatever they're experiencing, and that they've got some new thinking and a new attitude towards it and a resolution.
Yeah. I think also just to make one additional point about the difference in the platforms is with Clubhouse, as I said before, that it's completely open. So confidentiality looks slightly different there. So the things that you share you want to be a bit more conscientious of how you're showing up, maybe. Whereas in the Zoom platform with our Coaching Reflections Live, after I think it's five or so minutes, we will stop letting people come into the room. So we know who our cohort is for that moment. And it's far easier than for us to contract for confidentiality. So if you've got something that's a bit more sensitive that you want to deal with, there's a bit more safety in that platform.
Yeah, I think that's a really important part of how we want to work and how we're going to work is respecting confidentiality. Let me take a step back. I think we recognize how hard it can be to process a challenge that you're experiencing, particularly if it's with an individual client or an ethical situation that you're experiencing. People might have made bad decisions or done things that they regret. There might be shame around that. And we know that, we understand that, and we're trained to provide a safe and confidential space for people to express what's going on for them, and we come to an agreement with all the people present, which is why we stop admitting people into the coaching reflections live on Zoom after 5 minutes, so to maintain that confidentiality. And we'll also speak to people about what their expectations are regarding that.
Yeah.
So
Otherwise,
every Wednesday and the subsequent Thursday, sorry, every second Wednesday and the subsequent Thursday, also every 2 weeks, we're going to have the Clubhouse and the Zoom meetings respectively. So you can catch us on Wednesdays for Clubhouse and on Thursdays for the Zoom meetings.
one more point. So as we said before, Clubhouse is anybody can come in with the coaching reflections live. You do need to register, which is a simple process of following the registration link, and just looking for very simple details to be able to send you the secure link for you to be able to join the call.
Yeah, and people will be able to find the registration link in the description below, as well as if you connect with us on LinkedIn and various other social media platforms. We'll post about these events and provide the links, both for Clubhouse and the Coaching Reflections Live in Zoom.
Yeah.